Greetings, Starfighter. You have been recruited by the Star League to defend the frontier against Sur and the Kodan Armada. Get ready? Prepare for blast off.
Your fortress of solitude.
Greetings, program.
Glad you're alive.
Your sanctum sanctorum.
Resistance is futile.
Welcome.
This should be the first triumph. This is where the fun begins.
Proof positive that geeks have inherited the earth.
It's showtime.
It's time to get your geek on
You complete me.
with Dave Gramillion.
Ah, yes! Welcome here, everybody. I am Dave Gramillion, and this is Get Your Geek On, the premier talk radio show for all things Star Wars, Star Trek, DC, Marvel, esports, video gaming, really all things geek that have dominated this little world of ours. You see, geek is not what it was 20 or 30 years ago. Geek is in. Geek is very in. Geek is now the mainstream, and we are here to talk the latest and greatest that is geek right here on 9:30 a.m. The Answer Talk Radio and 9:30 a.m. TheAnswer.com. This is Season 2, Episode number 45, which, unless my math is wrong, puts us only 3 episodes away from the grand 100th episode of Get Your Geek On. Amazingly enough, they have not kicked us out of here in... Does make it 97 episodes so far. So 97, and we're still here.
96. We haven't done 97 yet.
Well, that's we're working on that part. So very happy about that. We have some plans in store for not only the 100th episode, but the 2-year anniversary, which is just 2 weeks after that. So stay tuned. We'll keep you apprised as to those plans. Oh, it's 4 weeks. 4 weeks. Oh yeah, 4 weeks after that. Okay, very good. Math is hard. Sorry about that one.
I can't leave you alone, can I?
No, absolutely not. Alrighty, so we let's see, what do we have coming up tonight? We are going to be talking March Madness wrap-up. We have our winners. Still trying to contact all of them. Not all of them have responded yet, and if you don't respond, I'm sorry. I'm moving on to the next person down the list. We tried. We also have some Marvel news. This is the big Infinity War show. Box office predictions and all the Marvel movies that will be coming out in the next 18 months. And everybody here in the studio will be making a bold Marvel Infinity War prediction. I'll give you a hint. Mine's going to be extra bold, but just a little on the crispy side. Okay, man, well, it's a little extra spicy side. So we also want to get you up to speed on something called Thanos Titans Consumed and what that is going to be bringing about for us. Star Wars, we've got a little bit of Star Wars news involving, we might not be done with Yoda yet, and I'm pretty pissed about it. I'll tell you why. DCEU news. The more news that comes out of this, the more I'm just not happy about it whatsoever. They're doubling down on girl power, which that in of itself, not a bad thing. But wait until you hear who is going to be writing the Batgirl movie now that Joss Whedon has moved on, and who they've tapped to go with what is essentially going to be a Birds of Prey movie. I don't think you're going to like it either, but we'll get to that here in a minute. Let me introduce my partners in crime here. Yes, Goose, you have a question, good sir.
Didn't a famous director get involved in the DCU stuff? DCEU?
Yes, but that's called.
And also, if we have time, I need to go to bed on a Star Trek rant later on.
Ooh, sounds like fun to me.
Good God.
Excellent. All right, so to my left, your right, as you look across the radio dial, you would normally see Minion. However, Minion is way under the weather, and it was doubtful. He was supposed to be working Game 3 of the Warriors-Spurs, just put him out of our misery, please, debacle. But I'm not even sure if he's going to make that. So instead, we have brought back now a returning co-host. We have with us the lovely, the talented, the ace of cosplay herself, AllyCat Cosplay.
Hello, everyone. How you doing?
Hey, welcome here. Welcome to the studio. Welcome back to the
Yes.
studio. How you doing?
Last time I was here, it was snowy.
That's right. It snowed that night, which I'm looking outside and it's like
It's not
80.
snowing.
It's like 83 degrees and sunny. So I think we're safe.
We're
this
safe.
time.
Okay.
All right. Well, God only knows. That means we're due for something else now. If you look further to my left, your right across the radio dial, you will see the man spinning the ones and zeros, our sound prognosticator. He is Goose.
Hello.
Goose, how you doing?
I'm doing quite well. How are you?
I'm doing well. What is this massive pile of comics you brought in the studio.
Well, as we all know, we spoke with Dan Jurgens last week.
Yes, we did.
Well, Wednesday was the official 80th birthday of Superman.
Yes, it was. He looks pretty good for 80.
He does.
Kryptonians age really well.
Hashtag the trunks are back.
Hashtag the trunks are back. You know, I noticed they put together a nice little mashup of Superman through the years, and they left somebody off. Couldn't help that there was no electric blue Superman in that.
And there
mix.
was also no new 52 Superman.
There was no new 52 either. So amazing how that turned out.
Yes.
It's almost like they wanted to forget that little experiment.
So DC released 10 main covers for Action 1000.
Okay.
And I got all 10.
Of course.
And
because it's Superman.
Other comic stores had exclusives. There's one that Dynamic Forces has that I just want as a poster. That I texted you that.
Yes,
that
absolutely.
looks awesome. And then
the hardback.
The 80 Years of Superman Deluxe Edition with a previously unpublished Schuster Siegel story.
And it's still in the plastic.
Yes.
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 It
At
has
South.
to be.
Well, that's because I haven't opened it yet.
How old is Wonder Woman? Do we know how old?
She's coming up on either 75 or 80, not too long from
I
now.
think it's 75.
Batman's not
Dana
too far away
Wonder
from
Woman.
80 either. That's the thing about modern day DC superheroes go back to the 30s, whereas Marvel only goes back to the 60s.
So for all the griping Star Wars fans about their people getting old, I mean, come on. Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, right there.
Yes.
They're getting old.
They're definitely getting up there, but they look good. They look
They
good.
still look good.
Yeah, I mean, Gal Gadot certainly didn't look like she was 75, so that was no arguments there. Alrighty, so let's go ahead.
Sorry,
and
who was that you said?
Oh, that will be Gal Gadot. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and dive into a recap of the most epic tournament that we've ever had on this show, and that will be our Geeky March Madness. Alrighty, so we do this once a year, and yes, we're about 2 weeks after the actual March Madness tournament has ended, but they play like 3 games in 3 days, and we have a weekly show. So it stretches out a little bit. Sorry about that. So I thought it would be nice now that the tournament's over that we go ahead and just kind of recap things a little bit and touch on what we really liked. This year, we had to give the edge. Thor won narrowly over Yoda in the grand tournament of it all. And a lot of people responded back and they said, whoa, how is it possible? How come Yoda didn't use the Force, pick up Thor, and like sling him into space? And I said, okay, well, first of all, you got to remember how we do this. If this was just a one-on-one who would win in a fight tournament, then it all comes down to our opinions, and we all have our own biases, and it wouldn't work out at all. So instead, we had to lay down some ground rules, and that is we have 5 categories that we had to judge on, and whoever wins the majority wins the fight. And that is who has the edge in strength, intellect, durability, popular vote, which we run on a poll on our Facebook page, and a random roll of the D20 for that little touch of madness. Let me give you a hint as to how mad this could have gotten. If the D20 roll had gone for Chewbacca, he would have beaten Luke Skywalker in the first round. And we would have had our first 16 upset of number 1. So that's how we roll with this.
Wasn't our upset like number 14 beat number 3?
The biggest upset we had this year was number 5 Kerrigan losing to number 12 Cloud Strife.
That's right. It was 5 and 12.
That was a big, huge, ginormous upset. That was a 12 beating out a 5, and that was not a lot of people saw that one coming. Although the more we looked at it, the more we were like, yeah, I can see Cloud doing this.
Yes.
I mean that was a
it's
good one.
Cloud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Plus,
is
his name's Cloud.
Yes.
And everything right now is about the cloud, the Google Cloud. We couldn't even Google Cloud Strife. So, of course, he would win. That makes sense. We didn't have a lot of upsets in the Star Wars bracket. I think the only upset that we had that was really kind of surprising was Obi-Wan beating Luke Skywalker. All characters are in their prime, in their canon prime, so we don't take into account any of the EU stuff where Darth Sidious can conjure a storm in space that envelops entire fleets and destroys planets.
So we're talking like
None of
episode 2 and 3 Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yes. That Obi-Wan versus Luke in his prime, which would be roughly episode 7.
Return of the Jedi.
Episode 8, somewhere around there. So, Return of the Jedi, I guess depending on how you look at it.
Well, because he was not in episode 7 at all.
Well, yeah, you're right.
At the
I
end.
misspoke. I was thinking about episode 8 when he astrally projected himself across several star systems. That's pretty
Oh,
cool.
there's a rumor.
Oh, yeah, I know. I heard this
There's
one.
a fan theory.
I don't know if you've heard this one. There was a rumor that Luke was actually dead the entire time. That he died somewhere.
When the X-Wing crashed into the water.
The X-Wing crashed and that he was dead the whole time and he was a Force ghost on the
That
island.
could be true.
But then how did he grip the lightsaber?
He gripped the lightsaber in the fight.
With yeah. Well, I mean, when Ray gave it to him, he
Yes.
grabs it and then does the coolest thing. I mean, I give Ryan Johnson credit for this. He throws it over his shoulder. You should have heard people in the theater, including myself, go, "Ah! Oh, what did you do?" Ah.
Say that one more time.
Yeah, mark the tape, please. We'll just play that back later on.
Well,
the DC bracket was a lot of fun. I like the DC bracket.
since you
this
asked,
year.
I've only got really one thing to say to that.
Oh yeah. That was.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Yeah,
Me, isn't it?
yeah, it is.
My voice.
We kept that
I knew
one.
you would.
Yeah, for we save that for special occasions. Oh yeah. What was the other? Play the
I'm a
great.
little embarrassed now.
Okay. You are turning red.
I
Wow,
know,
good
I'm
gracious.
serious.
Where's the Grey Delisle one? We're getting totally off
Wow,
track.
David, you seem like a very, very bad kitty to me. Meow.
Do I use that too?
Oh, special occasions. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, she was the voice of Catwoman in not Arkham Asylum. Maybe it was Arkham Asylum. No, it was Injustice.
Yeah.
That's what it was. That's where I was getting that from. So the DC bracket was.
So
was a
you're
lot
asking if we use that?
You say that.
So the DC
So
bracket
weird.
was a
Hear
lot of
myself.
fun this year. We'll get this back on track here. Had to battle the Kryptonians in the second round. Superman and Supergirl were going at it, but we gave the edge to Superman because Superman. But Superman actually didn't make it past. He did make it past Darkseid this year.
He didn't make it past Yoda.
He did not make it past Yoda. Yoda, we actually had him beating Superman, but then we had him losing to Thor.
But that's because Yoda nailed the popular vote and
the
D20.
D20. That's right. That's what happened. I remember now.
So
'cause-
all he needed was strength, durability, or intellect to take it home.
and he got the intellect, so that was it.
Yep.
So, can you imagine though if we had Superman against Thor? That would have been a very interesting fight. I would have liked to have seen that. That would have been a
love to
good
see
one.
that.
So this year we also had a number of prizes available, including a massive bundle like the size of this table here from HyperX. We had SeaWorld passes that we gave away. We had T-shirts and swag from Legion M. We had games from Nightwatch Games. We had some nice statues and figures from Alamo Ranch Dragon's Lair, as well as... Wait, no, I think that was it. Yeah, I didn't leave it, but yeah, hey, how cool. And we're hoping to even make it even bigger and better next year, because next year we're going to do something completely different.
Yes.
Next year, because it's the end of this decade, we are going to do a decade bracket tournament. The 16 best characters from the 80s, 16 best from the 90s, 16 best from the 2000s, and 16 best from the 2010s will square off.
So for those of you who listened to our radio station in this city back even 5 years ago, the best of the 80s, 90s, and today.
That's about right. That's about right. I like that one. So, so stay tuned. We'll see if we can get even bigger prizes when that rolls around. Alrighty, so let's get into the meat of this. This is going to be a lot of fun. Let's talk Infinity War, and that means we're talking Marvel.
This is that sequel to the smash hit with no equal. This one's for the true fans with Hulk hands and action figures. Flying
Alrighty, so
down the city, got massive-
we're gonna use and abuse that.
Oh my God.
I can see that coming.
Oh God.
Okay, so our official box office prediction for Infinity War. Last week, we said that we gave our opening weekend predictions, and everybody said that it was going to beat The Force Awakens, which holds the record at $248 million if you're rounding up. It's actually 247.96 or something. I round up, whatever. Goose said it would be $255 million. I said $263 million opening weekend. But now let's give our worldwide box office predictions, and here's what's going to go down. Whoever is the furthest off of their prediction,
Oh, Lord.
whoever is furthest off on their prediction must endure the one chip challenge.
And there's only 2 of us that actually have to do it. She just doesn't have to show up.
Well, we'll get Minion's reaction. We'll get his prediction in there at some point as well.
Okay.
We'll bug him about that one. So here we go. Worldwide box office prediction. Let's go around the table here real quickly. Just quick yes or no. Will it break $2 billion? Which there are only 3 films that have done that: Avatar, Titanic, and The Force Awakens.
This deserves to beat The Force Awakens, in my opinion.
So you're saying, well, just quick yes or no, will it break $2 billion?
Yes.
Goose says yes.
Yes.
You say, all right. AllyCat
Definitely
says
yes.
also $2 billion. By the way, check her out. AllyCat Cosplay. You can find her on Facebook and Instagram. AllyCat, ALLYCAT Cosplay. So, all right. So $2 billion. That's a given. Now, I want each one of us to make a shocking prediction, something bold, something that's really out there. I say, my prediction is it will break the $2 billion barrier, but it will not break Force Awakens' domestic record of $937 million. I don't think it's going to do it. I think it'll get up there. I think it'll be like, $750 domestic.
Really, really, really close.
Well, I have a question.
Tiny.
Who in Infinity War will be Mary Sue?
Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. All right, but that's my prediction. It will break $2 billion, but it will not break the domestic record for the United States. AllyCat, give me a bold, shocking prediction for this movie.
I don't even want to.
You could say you could say who dies. You could give a box office prediction. You could say who lives. You could tell us what the cliffhanger is going to be going into the next movie.
I don't know.
Well, that's neither bold nor shocking.
So what you're saying is you really don't have an idea.
I really don't. It could go both ways.
Okay,
Or
then.
right in the middle.
Oh, that's possible. All right, we'll come back to you, but think on that, though. I want a prediction out of you.
I'm thinking.
Goose, give me
Yes.
a bold and shocking prediction.
I want to
Bold and shocking prediction as far as money-wise? or?
It could be money-wise. It could do with the movie itself. Just anything related to the Infinity
And this is
War.
going to be holding to the one chip challenge?
This is no.
Oh, this-
That's
okay.
the one chip
Oh, that's
challenge is
okay.
box
So
office.
it's all going to be in the snow globe of an autistic boy.
Seriously?
Not seriously.
I was like, what?
It's the St. Elsewhere ending.
Yeah, I was about to say. I'm like, really? You're going there, huh? Give me a bold and shocking prediction. Box office. Who lives? Who dies?
For this
end
one-
end of the movie. Whatever.
For this one, I would say Tony Stark dies.
Tony Stark dies. They're bringing on a new Iron Man at some point. I can see that because his
I can
contract's
see
up,
that.
so,
Yeah.
Okay.
I can see that.
All right. So that's Goose's bold and shocking
What?
prediction. Tony Stark dies in the next film, in the Infinity War film. Your time's up now. Enough stalling. Give me a bold and shocking prediction, AllyCat.
I would say Iron Man's gonna die for sure. I feel like he is.
Okay.
And then I think Chris Evans.
You
Captain
You
America.
think Cap's gonna die?
I think so
Yeah.
too.
In Infinity War or in the fourth film?
Maybe.
Because his contract goes until the fourth film.
That's true. That's
Yeah, but
true.
but they can bring him back for flashbacks and cameos and ghost appearances, forced ghost appearances.
yeah.
Oh,
Who,
Lord.
who knows? You think there's somebody out of the original set that may die other than Captain America and Iron Man? Thor. That would be Thor, Hawkeye, Black Widow.
See, we got Tony, we got Bruce,
I
we've
can't
got...
see Thor dying.
What about Black Widow?
Maybe Black Widow.
You see
And then
Black
she'll
Widow die?
finally get her toy.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Could happen.
That could happen.
So you think you want to make that your bold and shocking prediction that Black Widow
I'll
dies?
say Black Widow.
Man, I thought sisters stuck together. Now you want her dead now? What do you got? What do you got
She
against
changed her hair
ScarJo?
color.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that a bummer?
After she changed her hair color, just why go blonde?
Why go red?
Why go
why go
blonde?
away from red? Why
Exactly.
do that?
Exactly. That just tells you right there. Like,
You're just not a ScarJo fan, is
No.
that it?
No, no, I am a big fan of her though.
Oh, okay, yeah, we are too. So
Yeah.
it's okay. All right,
I
so
mean, she
here's
did Ghost in the Shell. Like,
yeah, that's true. That's true.
don't say anything about that movie. I love that movie.
Okay, moving on then.
Right?
So this is for the one. This is for the one chip challenge. Then box office global prediction. By the time it's all said and done, we all agree it's going to break $2 billion.
Yes.
Goose, how high will this movie go?
2.25.
2.25. Goose is calling 2.25. AllyCat.
2.3.
Ooh, 2.3.
Right in the middle.
I'm gonna go 2.1. I think it's gonna get there. I think it's gonna just get over Force Awakens, but not much higher than that.
And by the way, if you lose, we will find a con that you're at, and we'll bring the chip to you.
I know y'all probably will.
It'll happen. It will happen.
We
It
always
will
end up
happen.
running into each other.
And we have your accountability partner in studio with us. So
It's okay. I love spicy.
Nice. And then we'll get
I'm
minions
sorry.
at
What?
some point.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
I like spicy.
Yes, we're going to be using and abusing that one tonight.
know.
I can see.
I can see that.
So let's also look ahead a little bit here. Let's look into the future, as they say. And let's look at the movies that are coming out besides Infinity War. Now, Infinity War comes out April 23rd. I have tickets for next Friday night. So
Is that an
that's-
invite?
Hold on. Yeah.
Why, maybe.
You kind of looked at me when you said that. You were like, I got tickets.
Maybe now. So Infinity War Part 1 is April 23rd. Deadpool 2 is May 18th. So that's also right around the corner.
Hold on. So they're
that's
releasing that
good.
on a Tuesday.
Is it May 20,
It's
27th?
listed as the 27th. So there'll be previews. There'll be previews on the 26th.
That's what I get for reading notes out of Variety. You know, that's what I get from Ant-Man and the Wasp on July 6th. Will be. It's kind of overlooked now at this point. No one's talking about Ant-Man and the Wasp.
They will once Infinity War is over.
Yeah.
Yeah, and well, probably
Exactly.
after Deadpool 2 is over. I think that's when people will start to look ahead to
Yeah.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Just
Now,
nothing-
Sony, this is the big risk of all of them because Sony has Venom coming out of October 5th of this year. And so far, the only thing that people are talking about is that nobody likes it.
Exactly.
That's the one with Tom Hardy, isn't it?
Yeah.
See, I haven't liked Tom Hardy since Nemesis.
Yeah, that's the one where they released the first Venom trailer and didn't show Venom in it at all.
They hardly showed Eddie Brock in that one.
Yeah, so
Really?
that's...
I'm not happy about it.
But that's October 5th. I mean, that's 5-6 months away. That'll be here before you know it. And then Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. That's the animated film by Phil Lord and Chris Miller. You know, the two guys that were fired
And
from the
that's-
Han Solo movie.
And that's going to be a Miles Morales vehicle.
It is. And that will be December 14th. That'll be your Christmas flick. And then Silver and Black will come out February 8th, 2019. Another Sony picture. Sony is trying to just milk Marvel for all that they can.
They're trying to do They're trying to do Spider-Man movies without Spider-Man.
And then that'll be Silver Sable and Black Cat. So we get two women, one movie as protagonists. What do you think? Do you think that one will be a big hit?
I think so.
It's
It's one female.
You excited at all about Silver Sable and Black Cat?
I am excited for those two.
You know, and why is that? What's so good about
The
them?
female roles, the fact that finally the female comic book characters are coming out, and it's coming finally to the big screen.
True.
So, especially from Marvel, finally Marvel needs that.
They just better
like
not.
Marvel
Yeah,
needs
Marvel
it.
needs that in a big way.
Yes, Marvel needs that. So I hope they go really big on
And
this.
please notice that so far we have not talked about a Black Widow movie. Why I don't? What is it, Kevin Feige? What is it about Black Widow that you just?
Well, according to AllyCat, that's because she's dead in Infinity War.
That could be. You could have a prequel. ScarJo's not that old yet. You can do something like that.
Maybe.
Then Dark Phoenix, Valentine's Day 2019.
Didn't they kind of do a prequel in Agent Carter?
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah,
kind of,
they
sort
did.
of.
Now that I'm
Captain Marvel, March 8th, 2019, and then Infinity War Part 2 on May 3rd, which will see the end of the contracts for Captain America, Thor, Hulk, Iron Man, Black Widow, and Hawkeye.
No.
And then we can look forward to Life Without Them because God only knows. I mean, each one of them is going to command like $100 million and 10% of the gross and everything else if they want to come back. But we will have Gambit on June 7th.
These are all
actually excited
2019
for
dates
that.
here.
All 2019. Gambit on June 7th. Channing Tatum. Yeah. Little Magic Mike action.
I'm actually really upset about Channing Tatum.
What? Why is that?
I don't think he can play. I don't know. Seeing Channing Tatum and like the sitcoms and all that stuff that he does, it's just
You don't think you can pull off the Cajun?
no. I don't think so.
Well, he's been a very strong proponent of this film. He's wanted a Gambit movie for a while now.
I
so-
hope he doesn't disappoint. But
Well, I'll tell you this. He disappointed me as Duke in G.I. Joe.
Yeah, ain't that the
Yeah.
truth? Ain't that the truth?
See?
And then the last one that's confirmed, and I mean confirmed, nailed down, is Spider-Man Homecoming 2 on July 5th and the New Mutants movie on August 2nd, which I know nothing about the New Mutants whatsoever.
Well,
so.
this New Mutants is kind of a horror film.
That's what I heard. Yeah, that's what I saw on the.
Less-
Oh, that's right.
Less
yeah.
of a real spin-off of X-Men, more on the horror
Which
side.
I don't mind them going in a new direction. I mean, it's better than go chase the MacGuffin, which Marvel is famously known for, that not having very good villains. But still, something different. I'm cool with that.
How dare you talk about James Spader that way?
Yeah, let's not get into Ultron for God's. Oh my God. Also, Thanos is getting a book called Thanos Titans Consumed, written by Barry Lyga. I probably mispronounced that name, but I'm sorry about that. He also wrote, get ready for this, The Flash Hocus Pocus, I Hunt Killers, Bang, The Astonishing Adventures of Fanboy and Goth Girl Rising, and Boy Toy. And he's writing a Thanos origin novel.
Wow.
Yeah. All right, so we'll come right
yeah.
back after the bottom half of the hour news break. We've got some Star Wars news and big-time DCEU news right after this.
Hi, this is George Newbern, the voice of Superman, and you're listening to Get Your Geek On, 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
Welcome back from the bottom of the hour news break. This is Get Your Geek On 9:30 a.m. The Answer Talk Radio. I am Dave Gramillion, and if you missed the first half of the show, we had our official Marvel Infinity War breakdown. Oh, yeah. We talked box office. We talked shocking predictions. We talked about what movies are coming out after the Infinity War, who's going to die, who's going to live. We'll give you a nice rundown of everything for the next 18 months. And man, there's a lot of Marvel coming your way, including some Sony, so just brace yourself. Sony doesn't exactly have the most epic track record lately. We also recapped March Madness. Our tournament is officially over. The winners have been notified, and we're getting ready to ship out the prizes as soon as everybody gives me their shipping information, that is. So, with that being said, with no more further to do, let's go ahead and let's talk some Star Wars news here, shall we?
I'm looking forward to completing your training. In time, you will call me Master.
Say something when he said Master.
Oh, yeah?
He knows. He knows.
Oh, my.
And what is that you wanted to say, my dear?
No, because you're going to record it and keep it forever.
Oh, yes, I am. That is very true.
Go ahead.
Anything for you, Master.
Okay, now say that again.
No.
Mark the tape.
Well, no, there was music behind it.
Mark the tape. Mark the tape.
No.
Alrighty, so this news brought to you by our friends over at Laser Legend. Did you miss out on our event last Sunday? Because, oh my God, did you miss out on some serious fun. Laser Legend has a 2-floor laser tag arena in which I just dominated again. Just amazingly enough. Right up until you guys just started ganging up on me, Other than that, I just owned it, as always. They have an indoor mini golf as well, blacklit mini golf, and a 4,000 square foot video arcade featuring Star Wars Battle Pod, various ticket games, as well as Star Trek Pinball, The Walking Dead, and Jurassic Park shooting game.
And guess who is the #1 high score on Star Wars Battle Pod?
Who could that be?
That would be me, sir.
Nice, sir. Very good. So you can go ahead and check them out. Laser Legend is on the north side of San Antonio on 1604 off a Lookout Road. Not quite to Rolling Oaks Mall, not quite to I-35. They've been one of our longest sponsors, and for good reason, because Laser Legend is just a legendary place to be.
And I blew up the super laser.
Oh, very nice.
Yes,
very
I
cool.
did.
Alrighty, so a little bit of Star Wars news here. It seems we're not quite done with Yoda. An unnamed source told the New York Daily News that Yoda will be back in Episode 9 as a Force ghost to help train Rey. And I'm not happy.
It's like
about
Frank
this.
Oz needing the money, or what?
I don't know. I was not happy with him in Episode 8 whatsoever. And I'm really not happy that it is an unnamed source, so take it for what it is. But I really hope they don't do this. Can we please, Lucasfilm, for the love of God, get a movie or a series that stands on its own? I get that you have to have some ties to the original trilogy because of the timeline 7, 8, and 9. But when I saw Yoda come on the screen for The Last Jedi, I couldn't roll my eyes any further out of my head without them actually falling out. It was not good. The animation was not good. I didn't like the laugh. I didn't like how he just now shows up and like, okay, great. Where have you been for 30 years?
He's been dead.
Well, yeah, but you couldn't show up at a time
And
when
now he's back.
when Luke is trying to figure out the syllabus for his kids. He couldn't figure out. He couldn't give him a hand. Couldn't help him grade some final exams.
One thing you don't understand: force projection takes time.
What? Not for Yoda. Apparently, it was easy. He called
The
lightning
ways
out.
of the force you do not know.
You have Yoda right in front of you. You can just ask him.
Yeah, we might as well. It was really frustrating to see him in Episode 8. I didn't like any part of that whatsoever, and the idea that now he's going to come back in Episode 9 and help train Rey.
Forget you do that. I can call force lightning from anywhere. Yes, yes.
Well, how nice for you, Yoda. That's really not going to help Rey all that much. So, AllyCat, are you a big fan of Yoda being in Episode 9?
I'm not. Just lay him down to rest.
Yeah.
Lay him down to rest.
So, should anyone train Rey?
She should have learned on her own.
I like that.
I think she should have learned on her own.
I mean, we know she and Kylo Ren are going to get together at some point.
Obviously.
I mean, come on, let's
It's
just
too obvious.
ship them now.
Yeah.
Just let it be done and over
You
with.
can see it.
Maybe Kylo teaches her a few things.
Yeah.
I could
It
see
is
that.
all going as I have foreseen.
Why not? Might as well. But
She's gonna go to the dark side.
Well, that would be nice. I wouldn't mind her going dark, and then Kylo comes light to redeem her, and they both go light. I mean, I know she has. She also does have the textbooks, which you can't sell those back to the bookstore and get any real money out of it. So she might as well just keep them.
Yeah.
She's got that, but just no Yoda. Just no. Let them for one movie, please, Lucasfilm. Let them stand on their own. You don't have Luke. You don't have Leia. You don't have Han. Let them be on their own for one movie,
You're gonna
please.
bring back Obi.
Oh.
Need payment there too.
Yeah, you got to make a check somehow. And also, rumors are now circulating about Celebration Anaheim. We did not have a celebration at all this year, and that was kind of disappointing. So now,
Well, you've seen The Last Jedi. Is there much to celebrate?
yeah, not really now. So now the rumors are coming out that Celebration Anaheim will be in Anaheim in 2019.
Ooh.
Whoa, that's spooky right there. Who would have thought it would be in Anaheim, right next door, literally right next door to Disneyland? Who saw that coming? Yeah, exactly. I mean, nobody's surprised by this at all.
I think you did a little too much LDS.
I mean, it makes total sense to hold it either in Anaheim or Orlando. But since they're going to unveil Star Wars Land in Anaheim in 2019, I don't know what. And people are acting all surprised about this too. They're like, "Oh my God, Anaheim!" Yeah. Now the big rumor is that it may be in the fall of 2019, which would not make my wife happy because she's a school teacher and she can't get to go to one.
Oh.
She's yet to go to a Star Wars celebration.
Guys trip.
Yeah.
I'll substitute for her.
Oh, that'd be nice. Except you ought to go.
That's true.
So just let the
I'll
kids
just give
run
her my
themselves.
Wonder Woman costume.
Hey, there you go. That'll work.
Even though it's a Star Wars.
If she holds a lightsaber, then it's a crossover.
There you go.
There you go. That's what we're talking about.
I have a lightsaber. And you
Or
have one too.
she could wear like a brown robe with the outfit.
Like the
Yeah,
Princess Leia
Like-
Wonder
like-
Woman one.
If she had the Wonder Woman outfit
Like
with
she
the
was when she was
lightsaber
sneaking around Europe there?
and the cinnamon Leia buns.
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
Cinnamon buns.
No.
Cinnamon buns with the Wonder Woman outfit and a lightsaber.
No, just no.
And a sonic screwdriver.
Just throw that in there.
Let's just throw it in there. Why not?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Maybe she's wearing a Cylon helmet.
Well, then why do you need the buns if you're wearing a
No,
helmet?
the buns go on the outside of the helmet.
No.
Yeah, absolutely.
And just throw in a Hello Kitty little bow on top of that too.
Okay, all right. I got you one better. It's a Cylon helmet, but the front, the face part, is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle mask. You can be Leonardo.
Yeah.
How many more crossovers can we squeeze
I
into
don't
this?
know.
I'm not sure either. Okay.
We can go on.
Alrighty, so let's go ahead. Wait. Goose.
But your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could that they didn't stop to think if they should.
That's about right. T-Rex legs.
Oh.
Or no, little T-Rex arms.
I was like, not legs. It has to be arms.
Yeah, with the Wonder Woman outfit. And the silent helmet. Okay. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and let's start talking about some DCEU news that nobody is really happy to hear. Alrighty, let's get the good news out of the way first. Superman turned 80 years old this week.
Woohoo!
He's old.
He's old, but he still looks good. He's still got that six-pack abs.
Hashtag the trunks are back.
Yeah, I have six-pack abs. It's under here somewhere. I'm not
six
sure
pack.
where.
I got a keg.
You got a keg. I mean, it's under here somewhere. I just got to lose about 180 pounds before I can find it. But they're there somewhere, I'm sure. So Superman finally had Action Comics number 1000 finally came out, and Goose went out and bought 85 gazillion copies of it.
I bought 11.
There you go, 11 copies of it.
One to read and 10 to never touch.
10 to stay in the plastic. 80 years young. Wonder Woman is coming up on a big anniversary, and so was Batman as well. So DC is really starting to hit their stride for anniversaries anyway. So I just want to wish him a very happy birthday to the big blue Boy Scout.
Yes, it was.
Happy birthday.
Who wears his underwear on the outside.
It's not underwear.
Okay. Whatever you say, Bria. Whatever you
It's
say.
not underwear.
You keep when you cosplay, you keep telling yourself that?
I don't cosplay yet. Because, again, I carry a keg around. That Superman cosplay doesn't work.
And Jesse Martinez in the chat, and you can follow us in the chat also at facebook.com/GYGR radio says, if you got a keg, I got a brewery.
Oh, Lord.
Nice. Alrighty, so in other DCEU news, it's like every time I talk about this news, this is the negative part of the show. And I don't mean for it to be, but man, the DCEU just keeps giving me such wonderful material to work with.
Keeps giving me heartburn.
As much as Marvel seems to be ignoring women for the most part, the DCEU is embracing them, which on paper looks really good.
Oh, I like embracing women too, you know.
Yeah, that's true. We all do. That's certainly true. But now they're doubling down on girl power, but they're doing it in what I believe is an incredibly risky way. Okay, so you heard there was the Batgirl movie, and that Joss Whedon was going to direct it. He was going to write it. He was going to direct it. It seemed like a great match because who knows how to write strong, young, kick-ass girl fighters than Joss Whedon, right? I mean, that's what he does. Then he backed out for reasons that are not quite clear. Probably because he didn't go tell the story he wanted to. Apparently, he'd had the idea for a year and never did anything with it for some strange reason. I find that hard to believe. But
Justice League is probably that reason.
Yeah, more than likely. So now, the Hollywood Reporter has said that Christina Hodson will be taking over as a screenwriter. Which, great, girl power, yay! And then I went to go look her up on IMDb and found out she's done practically nothing.
Well, hold on. When Joss did Buffy, wasn't that his first one? When he did the original movie?
Well, not really, no, because
Okay.
he'd also written the screenplay for Titan AE.
Okay.
He'd worked on, there was one Don Bluth movie that he'd worked on. I forget which exactly, but he'd had a few things under his belt at that point. So if you're wondering who Christina Hodson is, she only has 4 credits to her name. If you look her up on IMDb, nothing at all before 2016. Not any shorts, not any, worked as a catering intern for this one movie. Nothing since 2016. Since then, she's worked on screenplays for Shut In, Unforgettable, now Batgirl, and the upcoming Bumblebee standalone.
Starring John Cena.
Yeah. So if you've never heard of Unforgettable, well, it was nominated for a Razzie. So, that's something. If you haven't heard of Shut In, well, it got 8% on Rotten Tomatoes, 22% from the audience. Unforgettable got 25% from the critics and 34% from the audience. And this is who they're going to get to write Batgirl now.
Who knows? Maybe she will come, shining on top. You never know.
I want to believe. I really do. I want to have the benefit of the doubt in people. I'm just looking at her resume, and I'm like, really, out of all the screenwriters are out there, including other women screenwriters, you roll with this? Someone who, although maybe that's what the DCEU wants. They're like, hey, our movies are already getting 25% on Rotten Tomatoes. Why buck the trend? Why break tradition?
That is true.
Maybe that's Then we got this other bit of breaking news that happened earlier in the week. Kathy Yan, and I'm sure maybe it's Yan. I'm not. It's Y-A-N, so I'm gonna assume it's Yan. Has now been tapped to direct a girl gang movie starring Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn.
We're bad guys. It's what we do.
Yes. Supposed to be based on the Birds of Prey series, which should bring in Black Canary, Huntress, and Batgirl. Allegedly. We'll see. It's DC after all. We'll see what they do with it. Now, allegedly, Margot Robbie was insistent, beyond insistent, that a woman direct this film, which already I have a bit of a problem with. I mean, literally, like, she threatened not to do the movie at all if a man was directing it. And I'm like, really? I mean, okay, fine. All right, so she got her way. And I looked her up on IMDb also because I want to know who is Kathy Yan. I've never heard of her before. She was a Wall Street Journal reporter. Yeah, 3 years ago.
We all got to start somewhere.
Who worked in New York, Hong Kong, and Beijing. She has one feature film under her belt, and it's called Dead Pigs. It won.
I like bacon.
It won an award at Sundance.
And I'm in ham, so there's that too.
So let me get this straight. So we have these major characters, these beloved characters.
Yes.
In major blockbuster films, and they're being written by a girl who has 4 credits to her name and nothing before 2016, and being directed by a woman who has only ever done one feature film in her life. And it was small budget indie film.
Well, I believe it's also the Peter Jenkins that inspired these.
Patty Jenkins?
I'm sorry, Patty Jenkins, yes. That has inspired all these women directors to step up.
Which is fine. I'm okay with women directors and women screenwriters. But, I mean, I'm looking at their resumes, and I'm like, really, there's nobody else out there that's been a second unit director, an assistant director, a screenwriter on other films since, I don't know, 2010 maybe even. These women in particular, it almost seems, correct me if I'm wrong, but this seems like it's just token feminism. We got to get some girl in there, so we're going to pick these 2 completely unknowns and just throw them in there.
That, or maybe it's talent that it just never got discovered.
That's possible. Well, she keeps looking on the bright side of things.
Yeah, you got to think positive.
It's cute and it's annoying at the same time.
Well, I mean, this is a great show, and it's on Saturdays night. It's at 11. So, I mean,
well, that's true as well.
You just gotta keep hoping for the best.
So you think that this is a good thing then?
I do. I think it is going to be a good
despite their lack of resume.
Yes.
Would you rather?
I believe in them.
Would you rather have these girls or girls that have a more extensive resume?
I'm going to give them a chance.
Okay.
I'm going to give them a chance.
Because it looks to me, I mean, I'm all for girl power, and I'm all about women finally getting more roles behind the camera. I'm all for that. And if you've listened to this show for any length of time whatsoever, you know that I've been hugely against Marvel not having a woman movie, not having a Black Widow movie. Yep. So I'm definitely on the side of girl power. But this just seems like, we just got to get a girl back there. So just whoever, just whatever. And it seems like all the women that have been paying their dues, all the women that have been writing and working in the business, and we all know what type of a Weinstein business it's been, probably also behind the camera, and now those women get passed over. True. And it looks to me like this is just the DCEU and Warner Brothers saying, let's just get women in there. All right, here, we're just going to pick these 2 and just go with it, instead of all the ones who have been paying their dues.
So I kind of thought up of an analogy. Let's go back to Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
Okay, let's do that.
You had Rose.
We're going back. Yep.
She was a woman in the film.
Yes, she was.
Who actually was about useless.
She had the flippy hair. That's what I remember best.
There was the Admiral.
Yes, Holdo.
Yes. Who was just about useless.
Hey, she put that liberal arts degree to good use.
She did, by raising her insurance rates.
There we go.
But it's, there's adding women characters. There's like, we need more women characters. Okay, great. Yes, we don't need another Princess Leia, but let's have somebody just like a step or 2 down from Leia. Like Rey is a great strong female character.
Absolutely.
Wonder Woman's a great strong female character.
Yes.
In the Superman movies, Lois Lane isn't.
That's certainly true.
Martha Kent, not really.
Well, she's the maternal.
I mean, she was the
guiding force.
Well, she was what bonded Batman and Superman.
Yeah, and she's also what kind of anchors Superman now and gives him that sense of morality.
But it's not just have female directors have female characters. I don't care who's behind the camera. Give me a good story.
Correct. That's what I looking for.
And maybe they will surprise us.
Yeah.
Maybe they will. But it's the idea, the one that I'm driving at here, is that you're having a screenwriter who has been on the job the same time that we've been doing this radio show. Since 2016, was not involved in Hollywood at all before that. You have a director who has only done one feature film, and that's it. Okay. And
maybe she's been doing her studies.
It passes over so many other women out there who have been working for decades.
And let's look at DC, mind you. So we take Suicide Squad out because there was no connective tissue in there at all for the DCEU as a whole.
That's true.
You had Zack Snyder, Patty Jenkins, Snyder/Whedon.
Yes.
The one-directed movie was the only really good one because Patty Jenkins told a great female-led story. And there was actually sunlight in that movie, which you didn't see so much in Batman vs. Superman or Justice League.
That's true. And have you noticed the only really, truly dark, gritty part was when they went to the world of men in London?
That's funny.
She was so subtle there in her imagery, in her
But
message.
It's not that Zack Snyder can't tell good stories. He just can't tell good superhero stories.
So I'm looking at Metacritic.com, and I went ahead and researched best women directors,
right? I said it.
Based off of off of that sort of thing. And there's all sorts of women directors out there. I mean, there's Claire Dennis and some names I can't pronounce because they're European.
The lady who played B'Elanna on Star Trek Voyager, she actually directed a lot of Star Trek episodes, some Voyager episodes, and those were good. Bring it. Just let Jonathan Frakes direct a movie for Pete's sake. He did great with his two Star Trek movies.
I'm going to throw out a name, and keep in mind that this lady has won 2 Oscars.
Okay.
She has 59 other nominations. She directed The Hurt Locker, Zero Dark 30, Strange Days.
That's James
Detroit.
Cameron's ex-wife.
Yeah, Mission Zero, K-19, The Widowmaker with Harrison Ford, Liam Neeson. Yeah, that would be Catherine Bigelow.
Yes.
Where's she? If anyone can do,
she could
do a
be
big
busy.
motion picture.
Yeah.
Maybe, but you think
they're passionate for Batgirl?
Maybe. I'm just saying.
Maybe she's not a fan and therefore doesn't want to do damage to the character.
Or maybe she lobbied hard and they passed her over for these 2 newcomers. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, but
maybe she wanted too much money.
That could be another
it's Warner Brothers. I don't know.
Which may be selling to AT&T.
That's everyone's gonna be owned by either Disney or Google in the end anyway, so it's okay.
It's Disney or Alphabet.
I just the hard time that I have with this is, first of all, Margot Robbie is saying she's not going to do the movie unless there's a woman behind the chair. I'm like, there's girl power, and then there's okay, come on, you're holding the film hostage here. It's not just about her. You're stopping literally hundreds of other people from working at that point. All the grips and mic operators and animators and computer guys and all that. So, computer people. Sorry, computer people, not guys. You're stopping them from working. And then the idea that they're bringing out these 2 newcomers instead of people who've put in their dues, instead of women who have been trying for decades to get in the big chair, and now you pluck these 2 out of literal obscurity.
But again, there could be reasons behind the scenes we don't know about.
Oh, I'm sure there are plenty of reasons behind the scenes, but I'm just a guy with a radio show, and I just love griping.
There's that too.
I'm a cynic. This is what I do. I hope the best. I really do, because I want DCEU to make good movies. I'm really getting tired of just pointing out how much they suck.
We're 5 movies in, and there's 1 really good one and 1 good one, and the other 3 are horrible.
Yay! 20% of the universe is watchable.
No, 40% is watchable.
Man of Steel, I guess, is
okay. Then 60% is watchable.
Don't give me Batman, Superman.
No.
Oh, okay.
Batman, Superman, and Suicide Squad are in the minority.
Unwatchable.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Man of Steel, Justice League, and Wonder Woman.
Yeah. No, not Justice League.
Justice League.
Come on.
Come on.
Justice League. No.
No. Nope.
Justice League.
Is that hashtag release the Snyder Cut?
That's hashtag why don't you make a good movie?
I really was hoping for some deleted scenes though.
They did have a deleted scene.
A deleted scene? Wow, all one of them?
I think there were 2 of them.
There was 2?
I think. Yeah, there were two of them.
deleted
but
scenes.
it was like the Lois Lane and Superman scene, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then there was the one where he was in the ship. And he got
What
the
did-
suit.
what did
No, there
Lois-
was the Alfred scene in the Batcave.
Oh, okay.
And then there was him in the ship
That
getting the
was
suit.
it, though.
Oh yeah.
I was hoping something bigger.
What did Lois Lane do in this movie, by the way? In Justice League, what did she do?
She was the big gun.
Okay, so she calmed down Clark.
That
Yes.
was it.
That was it.
Pretty much.
So basically, she just soothed the Savage Beast, and that was it.
She was Black Widow in Avengers: Age of Ultron.
I was actually waiting. I said this in the theater. Hey, big guy. Sun's
Yeah,
getting real low.
exactly.
Sun's getting real. She just walks up to Superman. Sun's getting real low. Touch the hand. Touch the hand. I love that in Thor Ragnarok when Thor was saying that over and over and over again. Sun's getting real low. Sun's getting real. He stopped saying that. I don't know what that means. Sun's getting real low. Sun's getting real low. Oh goodness. No, all right. But in all seriousness, I've been a Batgirl fan since the Adventures of Batman and Super. Well, actually, no, since the original Batman animated series.
I've been a fan of Batgirl since I saw the Batman '66 with Yvonne Craig.
With Yvonne Craig. Yeah.
Wow.
She had her moments. The theme song was terrible. I couldn't get past that terrible, god-awful theme song they gave Batgirl. But Yvonne Craig, yeah,
But the Batman animated series origin was really good too.
Yeah, I love that they made her Barbara Gordon. I thought that was a brilliant character move.
She's always Barbara Gordon.
Yeah, I'm explaining why I like her.
Okay.
See, this is my origin now about how I like her. So I like how they made her Barbara Gordon. Of course, like that she's a redhead. Who doesn't like a redhead?
Yes.
And I like where she came from, where she went, her relationship with Batman, both. Yeah, and yay, very cool. So I really want a Batgirl movie to succeed. I just hope that they're not going to screw the pooch in traditional DCEU fashion.
Well, let's hope not.
So that'll wrap it up here. Please look up AllyCat Cosplay on both Facebook and Instagram. Thank you for coming in and
Thank you for having me.
riding shotgun here with us today. If you want to tweet at us, you can find us at GYGO_radio. For Goose, for me, and for AllyCat Cosplay, and for myself, I want to thank our sponsors, Laser Legend and The Mailing Spot. Thank you for listening. Be excellent to each other, and make sure to get your geek on every single day.